Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another Arsenal news video. We got some major news for you. David Ornstein has just dropped some news on Arsenal. Of course, we also have some loan links, some potential summer signings being pushed forward to January. And we got an update that you guys might like. Let's get this show started. People, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Now, before I go any further, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button on the video. Hit that subscribe button on the video right about now. It helps out the channel massively. You guys don't understand how much that helps the channel out. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let you guys know I got some major news on Arsenal that is going to put a smile on a lot of people's faces. Guess what? A player who's been injured for a little bit now is going to be coming back very, very soon. Ben White is aiming to return from his injury this month, ladies and gentlemen. So he will be back at some point this month, in the month of January. And boy, how have we missed Ben White. There was even a game where we had to play Thomas Partey right back once again because Ben White was out and Timber was also missing. We know we've had to play Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back. We've had to do so many more shaking around throughout the team just to get the players to get wins and continue to get results. And to have Ben White back very, very soon is going to be a massive, 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 massive boost for Arsenal Football Club. And I'm happy to hear that Ben White will be back very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. But in other news, there's also a lot of stuff going around with the January transfer window. And with the January transfer window here, there's also potential outgoings being spoken about. And one of those potential outgoings being spoken about is none other than Kieran Tierney. Arsenal have not yet been approached by Celtic and have not opened negotiations, but they have open negotiations with the player over free transfer. So it could be a situation where Kieran Tierney leaves Arsenal on a free to go back to Celtic, go back to his homeland, go back to his original club, and go back to playing for Celtic in the Scottish League. And you know what? This might be the best thing for Kieran Tierney, as he's not getting game time at Arsenal, and his career at Arsenal seems to be dwindling away. Now, before we go any further, do me a favor, guys. Please do hit that like button. There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about, and I just need to get some of these other smaller stories out of the way before we get to the main source. Next, we got a goalkeeper. Arsenal currently have Neto as the backup goalkeeper, but their summer goalkeeper target that they wanted was Joao Garcia. Before Espanyol told us he was going to cost us 18 million. So what they ended up doing was ending up getting a loan for Neto in the end. But while Espanyol are currently in the market for another goalkeeper, we are still interested in this goalkeeper and seeing if anything changes with him. Now, this is the first piece of news that dropped this morning that really frustrated me as an Arsenal fan. Arsenal this January are most likely focusing on long-term targets like Nico Williams or low-cost short-term deals. Now, that is not what I want to hear, because I want to hear that Arsenal are looking to get a signing in through the door no matter what. I don't want to hear about the costs. I don't want to hear about it being short-term, long-term, none of that. My thing is, you're going to get somebody in to improve us, and I need Arsenal to move like a big club. This is who we want. Let's get him by any means necessary. And in the case we can't get him, then we will look at short-term and low-term costs. But right now they're saying, oh, we're going to go for Nico Williams. And if we can't get Nico Williams, then we might go and get something else. But it even gets worse. Now, there was the Nico Williams news came out. David Ornstein reported this. David Ornstein said Nico Williams has attracted interest from Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal are keen on him, but a January move is unlikely due to the 60 million euro release clause. Now, 60 million euros is not the end of the world. If this is a summer target of ours and we can get him in January, that is a massive, massive boost to our title hopes. And this is a player who we have in our long-term plans. So why don't we push it forward, help us out with our crisis in attack? And this is a player who could potentially push on and become even better. Now, we're going to talk about his stats in a second, but in the summer transfer window, this is a more realistic transfer, they're saying. A summer transfer is more realistic for Nico Williams, even though we find ourselves in a situation where we need a forward. We need somebody of quality to come in and help us. Bukayo Saka's injured. Ethan Nwaneri's injured. Raheem Sterling, is he back? Because apparently Raheem Sterling could be back for the game today. Yeah, Raheem Sterling could be potentially back for today's game, as I seen social media posts from Raheem Sterling today implying that he could potentially be playing. Yes, Raheem Sterling on his Instagram earlier today posted this. So could Raheem Sterling be back? But this still does. Even if Raheem Sterling is back, he's not enough. We still need to go and make summer signings. But yeah, Raheem Sterling posted this on his Instagram. What time was this? Around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He posted this on his Instagram. So we'll see if Raheem Sterling gets a start today versus Newcastle, if he's ready to go. But going back to my main point, going back to the main reason why we're here, going back to the main reason why we're having this discussion right now is because of the whole Nico Williams conversation. And the conversation around Nico Williams is quite interesting. Basically, Arsenal are willing to spend the money on Nico Williams. Arsenal want Nico Williams. We need to find out how this is going to work, because Mikel Arteta and them like Nico Williams. They would like to get him this window. Financially, it's highly unlikely, as the player has an expensive release clause, which is 58 million. I don't think that's too expensive in football money, but apparently it's quite expensive. And when you also speak about the size of his salary, as he's getting paid quite well over there in Spain right now. Nico Williams. I have one question about Nico Williams. My question about Nico Williams is very simple. He doesn't produce the level of output that you would think we'd be paying for a player of his quality. Now, maybe because Atletico Bilbao are one of the more defensive teams in La Liga, he doesn't get an opportunity to go and produce the numbers that we'll see, and in a better team he can develop. But at this moment in time, it looks like we're looking for goals, we're looking for assists. Nico Williams statistically has never really been that kind of player in his career. Now he can potentially develop into a really deadly winger, but at this moment in time, we're still spending a lot of money for a player who is not guaranteed to be a guaranteed goal scorer or a guaranteed creator. He's a dangerous winger who can cause you problems and can definitely give us versatility on many different areas of the pitch. He can definitely benefit us in many different areas of the pitch. And he is somebody who does have a lot of quality. Now, let's not be wrong. Nico Williams is going to enhance Arsenal's attack. He's a versatile winger that can play on both wings. And of course, he has an utmost potential. But does that mean his potential can be reached? We don't know. Arteta desires a left winger. Arteta desires this player. He desires that dynamic attacker, unpredictable player. Makes it hard for defenders. That is what he is. Does he guarantee us goals and assists at this moment in time? We're going to have to wait and see. Is he better than what we currently have? Yes. Is he much better than Martinelli? He's a much better winger at beating his man. But scoring goals, getting assists, I haven't really seen that from him much in his career at Atletico Bilbao. That's the honest truth. And he can also improve on his defensive side of the game, because our wingers do a lot of work defensively. But overall, that is what's going on with the whole Nico Williams situation. And I just want to make sure that the club moves like a big club and they don't hesitate, because we need to go out in this January and we need to go out there and try to act like we're a club that is trying to win now, rather than a team that's just at risk of throwing away another season. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into the next thing. The next thing we need to speak about. The next thing we need to speak about is none other than there's a couple more things that we need to speak about. There is a PSG player, but before we get to the PSG player, Arsenal are still on the hunt for Dani Olmo. Yes, Arsenal are still on the hunt for Dani Olmo. Arsenal eyed Dani Olmo in his current situation at Barcelona as Barcelona signed him and they were unable to register him. So this could mean he could leave now on a free. And Arsenal are monitoring the situation. I would take Dani Olmo in a heartbeat. Dani Olmo comes into our team. He offers us some more creativity, offers us a little bit more of a goal threat from the midfield, and is a versatile player that can play across many different positions. So that kind of Swiss Army knife could definitely be useful at Arsenal. Also, Lee, we've been linked to apparently we're linked to Lee Kang-in, which is a 23-year-old attacking winger, a right winger, South Korean winger playing for PSG, not part of Luis Enrique's plans. This man right here is a little bit more has a little bit more output than some of the other players we've been speaking about, but he is not as highly touted. We did see him we did see PSG recently this year, and I don't think he played actually in the game that we played against PSG. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember him playing much. Oh wait, he played the 90 minutes. What the hell? That's just goes to show you. I didn't notice much of him throughout the 90 minutes when we played against PSG, and he was playing as the striker. He had one shot that entire game. Honestly, that's how much of an afterthought he was in the game that we played against them. This season already, what does he have? He has 6 goals and 2 assists. Last season, he had 5 goals, 5 assists. The season before that, he was in Spain. He was getting he was getting 6 goals, 6 assists, and it's not really somebody who's high level. This is literally a stopgap. He's more of a creator. He gets a lot of touches. He can play on the right wing. He can play he can play centrally. He can play in right midfield. He can play attacking midfield. He can play in a striker position, but his main position is in that right wing position, which is Bukayo Saka's. Could he be covered for Bukayo Saka? I don't see enough end product to say he is. Also, Lee is known to Arsenal, and the current price tag is off-putting. If, however, PSG are prepared to consider him on loan as a loan option, then Arsenal are prepared to come to the table. So this is another potential loan deal. I don't really think he moves the needle and benefits us too much, but we do need depth in this upcoming window. And then the next one is Igor Paixao. Igor, the thing about Igor is playing for Feyenoord, and he's doing quite well for Feyenoord, and he's a little bit more of a goal scorer than the rest of the guys that we just spoke about. He's also somebody who can play on the left wing, play on the right wing, and play as an attacking midfielder. Last season, he scored 12 goals for Feyenoord. This season, he already has 5 goals, 10 assists. So he does have end product. He's really good at scoring goals. He takes a lot of attempts per game. Aerially, he's decent. He's a decent chance creator also. He's gonna cost anywhere in the region between 16 to 20 million, but reportedly they want 30 to 15 million. That's how much they're valuing him in, 30 to 15 million euros. Arsenal don't value him more than the 20 to 15. So it could be a situation where the valuation that the club is putting on him and the valuation we're putting on him is two completely different things, and we just don't come to an agreement. But at this moment in time, this is another player that Arsenal are linked to today, and I just don't think this deal is going to happen. In all honesty, if any deal is going to happen, it's probably going to be the NICO deal. And if the NICO deal doesn't happen, we might end up going for somebody else. But that somebody else will not be none other than the man himself, Rashford. Rashford is now being linked to Dortmund, and Arsenal have made it clear that they're not interested in Rashford. Dortmund, although, are interested in Marcus Rashford. So it's good news. Arsenal are not interested in Rashford. Rashford could be headed to Dortmund on loan, and I really don't mind that. But yeah, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Nothing more to be said. Arsenal transfer news. Let me know what you guys think. Nico Williams, is he the guy? Do you guys think he's good enough to be our our main signing on the wing. Can he make that big of a difference to help push us on to the league? And would you take Igor or Lee or Lee? Either one of them, they could be a cheap alternative, but very underwhelming to say the least. I'd rather take Igor than Lee, though, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Love for the love, people. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Peace.